Oh wow, amazing. Chalo. Yeah, recording and we're live. Hello.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are returning after a very long time but with a very interesting video for you guys. This year on World Mental Health Day, the theme is Greater Investment, Greater Access for everyone and everywhere. So we try to interview different renowned people for various industries just for you guys to help you know what does mental health seem like in their world. So from the field of psychology, we have counseling psychologist Shridhar Maheshwari and we have storyteller, mindfulness coach and psychologist Jyoti Pande. From the entertainment industry, we have Geet, vaghela, who was an assistant director in movies like Ashiki 2, Hamari, Adhuri, Kahani and Ek Villain. From the stand-up comedians, we have Chinmay, Mhatre. From the field of doctors, we have Dr. Shubhra Mandal, who is also the professor of the anatomy department of Diamond Harbour Government Medical College. We also have Dr. Rachit Bhushan, who is a diabetologist. From the field of law, we have Harshit Khandar, who is also the advocate of Supreme Court. From the sports field, we have Sushil Jaiswal, who is a sports management professional. From the field of corporates, we have Shalini Arora, who is an ingenious women entrepreneur and a behavioral coach. And last but not the least, who we have from the corporate industry is Dr. Rajesh Arora. He is the president and CEO of Apex Professional University. So guys, invest your time in this video and get access to the experiences of all of these people. If you like the video, let us know what part of it did you like by commenting in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your family and friends and press the bell icon to get further notifications from us. Let's smile. 2020 has definitely been a roller coaster ride, for majority of the people out here. So do you see the trend changing towards mental health after this, post 2020 with the scenario that is there? Do you see the trend changing?
Well, 2020 actually multiple big things happened. So on one hand, of course, we see the pandemic, which has affected mental health so much. And then recently the incident with Sushant Singh Rajput, which suddenly sparked this conversation
About
throughout the
mental health,
country
yeah.
around mental health. And this, like, it's not like, hello? Yeah. It's not like people in the past, like celebrities in the past and other people in the past, they've also kind of confessed that yes, they've gone through those struggles, but this was big. This was something on a scale. And by the way, due to media also, this got taken up to a level which like a conversation like that never happened. Although the conversation right now is not around mental health, it's around other things. That's a separate issue. But yeah, initially the word mental health, depression, that got thrown out a lot and people did talk about it. So this definitely helps, because when people see that a person of that stature, like that successful person, if they can go through depression and can take treatment and then can go to psychiatrist and have a counselor, so that suddenly normalizes things. Like if he can do it, then well, so this is definitely, I mean, it came at a huge cost, but I would say that the effect is ultimately in the long run, it's towards normalization. So that's good. And another thing is, I think it's not related to 2020 as such, but what I've noticed in my university and otherwise as well, that number of people coming to the field, trying to become psychologists, that has increased a lot. So the psychology departments are huge now. Okay, the number of students are huge, which means that the number of professionals coming into the field is going to go up, and that's a good news,
Which
because
is a good news,
among
yes.
them, that's the good news, because among them there will be some majority population is majority of them will do decent work, but there will be a top few, some few which will do amazing work, which will take the field forward. So
Absolutely.
so that's a good news. Yeah.
Prachi, I see a lot of awareness amongst people, why, whether it is because of the media coverage, or, becoming aware that there is a need, So I definitely see a lot of positive things emerging, in the sense people are becoming conscious about taking help, about talking. I have been in lot of I've been invited to a lot of forums where the housewives are openly talking about the issues, and this is a good sign. Earlier people would just shy away, will not even talk about the issues and the anxiety. So I think it's a great thing, and with the helplines available, people are making use of the helplines. And yes, overall, I see a lot of positive change, and I see our ranking in happiness might steadily increase. We are 137 out of
Right now.
143 countries,
Yes.
very low when we
Very,
talk
very
about
low.
happiness. Yeah. So I have a intuitive feeling that it is going to be
Get
much
better.
better. That awareness has been created.
Yes. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping the same, that definitely with this awareness and openness, things definitely change. The trend changes towards mental health. You coming from the industry, how does your field react to a person suffering from mental health issues?
I think my industry should be labeled as the brand ambassador of mental health promotion. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I
Like,
do think so.
we have a lot of examples after a lot of actors coming out in the open, admitting to having depression or any other mental problems. I think people have started viewing mental health really differently. You
Right.
know, अगर दीपिका पादुकोण होता है तो मुझे भी हो सकता है. लोगों
Mm-hmm.
को ऐसा लगने लगता है.
Correct.
So yeah, compared to a lot of other industries, मेरी थोड़ी ठीक है.
It's very influential in that way.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Uh, See, I personally think that my industry is the most mental health friendly industry there is around. Like, if something happens to me, or if I feel depressed, or if I feel anything, I can call a friend and I can still tell them that I'm feeling this way, and people will still perceive it normally. They'll either refer me to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or whatever I need. Uh, that being said, I personally think that, and I'll give you the biggest example today, is the Sushant Singh Rajput case. And it's a very controversial and sensitive thing to talk about. But what's the biggest thing that's happening in this case now, that media is also playing with people and everyone's playing? Everyone, people that didn't even exist in his life. I've met him once or twice personally. So I knew what kind of a person he was, but I didn't know him in these last days.
Right.
A lot of people who didn't even know him, or probably knew him and didn't meet him for years, come now out in the open in the media claiming that अरे नहीं वो तो इतना पॉजिटिव था, इतना अमेजिंग, इतना ये इतना वो, उसको तो डिप्रेशन हो ही नहीं सकता है. This thought, this mentality that I was talking about earlier, this needs to change. Yes, he was a superstar, he had everything,
Right.
but he too went through that. He too went through that, and nobody knows what he was going through. So I think the way, like I said earlier, the common man perceives this bimari is the main issue, not anybody else. Also, I think मेरी industry एक ऐसी industry है जहाँ बहुत दिखावे की industry है. So everyone's just to be more superior than anybody else. So I think because of that, क्या होता है कि we tend to isolate from each other, and we don't talk about it a lot. I think when you go through something like this, the most important thing is to start talking about it to your close one. So I think that we can change. Apart from that, I think mental health friendly.
Here's the thing: comedians do a lot of self-deprecating shows, and I think depression or like any mental health related issues, it's very easy to joke about them and like get out your emotions out. That's a very easy outlet. So I think I don't know if awareness is the message that a comedian is going for, but he definitely self-deprecating his own issues. Oh, you know what? I have anxiety. I have a multiple personality. And dude, like it is funny, but I don't know if you're serious or not. So I don't know how people perceive it as. I would talk about my depression on stage, but I don't know if people are thinking, oh, is he really serious about it or is it just a joke?
Right.
But if written properly, I think awareness could be a part of it.
Yeah, and I think just talking at that platform where people are actually listening to you in some way would give them a message, direct, indirect, however it is.
I think the best thing I have figured out about doing a joke on mental health on stage was, see, not everybody has mental health issues, or like not everybody is aware of having mental health issues. Okay? That's the most important part. So if I do a joke about mental health and only 2 or 3 people laugh, which means they know what shit is going down with me. They're like, oh, you also go to therapy. They're like, yeah, I
Yeah, right.
it's
Nice.
that.
Acha. If you want my personal opinion,
Yes.
okay. So I am very sad to declare that being a doctor, I have felt that never, 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 ever we give equal importance to physical and mental health. Never.
I'm
So
so
this
happy,
is
ma'am,
very
you're
sad.
feeling
In
so
fact, in
honest
this
about it.
corona condition, we are facing this psychiatric problems. Result is we are getting more psychiatric patients, but we have not done anything for improving our mental health conditions.
Right.
This is my personal opinion.
Absolutely, and I'm so happy you're so honest about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen my students, they are facing very much difficulties during this lockdown phase. But when I am asking them, consult a counselor or a psychiatrist, their parents, they are telling, no, how we are going to visit a psychiatrist. Our neighbors will say, "Arey, tumhara beta to medical padte pagal ho gaya." They are telling like that. They are not taking their words to the doctors.
Exactly.
Even after I am telling them to do so. So I can feel that.
Right.
The mental health awareness is below the baseline in India, at least.
Absolutely. Is enough being done to acknowledge mental health of frontline workers in the current situation?
Nothing is being done. Nothing. In fact, being a dean of a government medical college, I have stressed upon the fact that I will take some extra classes for improving the mental health awareness of my students. Wahan par bhi, I am asking the psychiatrist to come and deliver lectures online so that my students are pacified. They are also not giving time. They are telling that we are busy with our duties and why so less psychiatrists are available in the hospital. हमारे ऊपर तो बहुत ज़्यादा stress पड़ रहा है, हम लोग वो college में जाके class नहीं ले सकते. So they are overstressed because you already know that psychiatrists, psychologists, those psychiatric nurses, the social workers, there is dire shortage in India. In West Bengal, it's more than that. In our medical college, only 3 psychiatrists are present. So there is a dire necessity to increase the number of psychiatrists or psychologists or social workers who will deal with this mental health conditions.
Okay.
And regarding the mental health awareness programs in West Bengal, no such program exists. There are a number of programs in the all India level, but those national programs, they are limited to that red taped files only.
Correct.
So only a few special cases, these awareness programs are existing, but as a whole, they are not at all working. Not
So
at a state
you
level
feel
or at the
definitely
national level.
for the frontline workers, this thing needs to be picked up.
Definitely. In fact, this corona has shown that our mental health should be balanced to treat these patients.
Right.
I don't think anything has been done till now to help the frontline workers. Mental health, because we all are working in such kind of stress that nobody is having even time to think that okay, we are suffering from mental illness. They are just working right now and getting back to home, and again जैसे 6 बजे शिफ्ट खत्म हुई तो अब कल कितने बजे जाना है कितने लोग को बचाना है. So they are not getting time to think about it also. So slowly what will happen, what we also are facing, like for past 5 months we are working with COVID. So we last 2 months everyone has not gone to home. Each one of us is staying in hotels or some lodges anyway. So what happens is daily you are facing the same situation. It gets monotonous. People somewhere people are dying. Your stress level gets high on the higher side because you are even blamed for that. That कैसे patient कैसे मर गया आपके रहते हुए, doctor है आप, आपको कुछ आता नहीं है. The patients admitted also, they also complain कि हमारे टेस्ट क्यों नहीं हो रहे, आज क्यों नहीं हुआ, कल क्यों नहीं हुआ. So you also get into kind of arguments with them. Some people don't even understand. Then there are all sorts of pressures कि हमारे करा. Some VVIPs also try to intervene. You have to face each and everything, and for that I think there should be counselors or proper psychiatric centers also, or health experts should be deputed in every hospital, every COVID center particularly, so that after they finish their duties, at least 15 minutes also, if they are counseled, if they are being talked about, okay, what issues you are having, what problems you are having when you are staying alone, or even if a person can talk to each other, even for 10 minutes, that can be very, very helpful, because at least he's getting someone to speak to.
Absolutely.
Because once you're coming out of hospital and going to hotel, you're again isolated. All the day you are either struggling with patients and their attendants, or you are watching news channels where patients, people are dying. Everywhere there is stress. You need to come out of it, and for that counseling and health experts are very, very important.
Yeah.
So I think hospitals should think about this. And after COVID I think even पहले जैसे लोग साइकेट्रिस्ट को या मेंटल इलनेस को सीरियसली नहीं लेते थे, अब बहुत लोग लेने लगे कि हाँ हमें भी डिप्रेशन हो रहा है. मेरे कई सारे फ्रेंड्स भी बोलते हैं मेरे घर बैठे बैठे दिन भर न्यूज देखते देखते हेडेक हो रहा है, एंजाइटी हो रही है, क्या हो रहा है दुनिया. So now they have started thinking in this area.
So the trend will change is what you're saying.
Hopefully it should change. If it doesn't, then again we are proceeding to a very serious kind of trouble.
But as of now, nothing is being done to.
No, I don't think till now. Till now, people are very serious. Neither our authorities are very, very serious. They are just busy in treating the physical ailments.
Yeah, but I think a very, very nice suggestion has come from you that if there are counselors or psychologists in every hospital, which is actually specifically dealing with COVID patients, and once the doctor finishes their duty, whenever it is, and gets a chance to go ahead and speak to the counselor for 15-20 minutes, whatever time is given to them, that can be a great stress buster, because they take it off there and then they can head back to
absolutely. Even for patients, like in our hospital almost 400 patients got discharged till now. So if we had not been talking to them about plasma donation, so nobody would have known about it. क्या होता है, क्यों करें हम, हमारा क्या फायदा है. Once they got infected and they were searching for plasma donors, so they understood कि क्या problem हो सकते हैं. Somebody could have lost their life. So many of them came ahead and have started donating plasma.
That's
so
great.
It can go both ways. It can help the patient also. It can help the frontline workers also.
Yes. Provisions do you think should be in place to make mental health more accessible to people? Like you said that, implementation is definitely that we need to work towards. So what do you think, should be done?
See, provisions should accessibility is a matter of affordability. I think a very important aspect of affordability is interlinked with access to any sort of healthcare, be it physical or medical, or be it mental health care. So accessibility, a bigger role is played by the implementing agencies like the Ministry of Health Affairs and the allied state governments and their departments with respect to it. I think Mental Health Act has very good provisions which have opened up accessibility. It provides for recruitment, establishment of mental health care agencies. It provides for it gives details as to what all facilities do they mean by mental health care facilities. It includes rehabilitation. We had a rehabilitation act in place also, but that focused more on registration of people to act as rehab centers. But the definition of mental illness that the Mental Health Care Act gives, it is a very wide definition, and that has not only taken care of smaller mental illnesses but also variety of issues that we may face. So I think the act has opened gates for the access. It's just that it's a matter of time that we see agencies and people coming forward and taking benefits of these. I think and that's what I have to say on the accessibility of this. I don't think there are any special provisions that we need. It has taken care very mindfully of a lot of people. It has taken care of prisoners, and it has almost taken care of everyone, all strata of society.
Right. Okay. How do you think sports can be used to positively promote mental and emotional well-being among the youth? Because we keep seeing psychologists, doctors, everyone, and even I in my personal practice, I keep promoting sports to my clients that you should play one or the other sport, whichever one you're comfortable with. It really helps. So how do you think sports can be used?
Agreed. Even according to me, sports is something which makes you indulge it in a way where for that particular time when you're playing something, you're completely engaged in that thing. So you don't have any worries. You don't have to think about anything. There is nothing which was going on in your life comes at that point of time because you're just focused in that. If you're playing football, you just want to score a goal. Right. Or you want to score it for your team. If you're playing cricket, you maybe want to hit a boundary or take a wicket. And similarly, in each and every sport, like you want to do that certain thing, you want to achieve something. That sense of achievement keeps you away from all the negative thoughts which goes inside your head. So, sport is something which is clearly something which would help not just a youth, not just a young person, but each and everyone in the society.
True.
Like if we compare what do you call it? If we compare the numbers as to how many people go for a morning jog from like 1990s to 2020, it's grown tremendously to a huge amount. Because when they get up early in the morning and now when they go for that morning walk or a jog, that sense of like feeling it, and like keeping your body fit keeps you mentally fit as well because it helps you focus. It helps you focus. Be it you're a businessman, you are a service provider, or maybe you are an employee at a big firm. It does not matter.
How does your field react to a person who's suffering from mental health issues?
I thank you, the Prachi, for asking this question, because many a times what happens that the acceptance of mental health issues and challenges become the crux of the entire conversation and interaction with our team members. Even accepting for help is the first thing which we look forward to, and therefore we say that we don't leave any room open, because when the person is being delayed to get any kind of treatment, it becomes more challenging. And that's our response towards the individual who is suffering from mental health issues. The isolations and even the distances are creating more kind of challenges for each and every one of us. And many a times, even having that awareness that we have an open environment where we can talk, we can interact, we can have a kind of a dialogue without being judgmental. If something is our response to the individual do suffering from mental health issues in our organization.
Wonderful. So, Rajesh, my last question to you is, if you had to suggest 3 changes in regards to mental and emotional well-being of, the employees or the corporate culture, what would those 3 changes be?
The first and the foremost change that we need to bring across is acceptance. Acceptance of what we are, rather than getting into the rat race of what others are doing. I would be very happy if someone says, I'm number 2 or I'm number 3. Why? Because I know that I need to struggle more to be number 1. Because being number 1 and maintaining yourself at number 1 is also a stress.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you've reached there and you don't have stress, but maintaining the position itself. So I think acceptance is a very important element which I would look at it, that the organization should look at it. Keeping in perspective a balanced work culture, which is expected today. I have seen a lot of companies giving holidays on Saturdays and making it as a 5-day week. I've seen some companies celebrating on Friday evening after 4 o'clock. I've seen some companies having, when I go for assessments of leadership programs, I see their offices are having different sitting arrangements. So one is the cabins and cubicles in the boardrooms, but they have a small, a sofa kind of jhula there where you can sit. They have bean bags all around where you can sit in
Comfort sitting.
vibrant, comfortable sitting.
Yeah.
Light music going on. So we need to see that the background can be worked out differently. Cleanliness, hygiene, very essential. Uncluttered desk, housekeeping of my desktop, laptop, drawers around, extremely important. So a little bit of vastu work can be done all around us to drive some positive energies within the sphere of working environment.
Right.
I believe in all this. So if that can work out, something that would be really very nice. Once a week, if they can, people can share some good ideas they implemented at workplace and that has benefited them individually or as a department. Sharing of ideas can work out. Maybe I'm overboarded with emotion in this, but I love this. You may make your own dabba at home, a tiffin, but you need to exchange it with your people and have it together.
Right.
So there should be certain strategies of building bonding of employees, where I can communicate openly to someone, hey, look, I'm good at this and I'm not good at that. And someone stands for a support immediately without even communicating to that person that I need support.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. There's a lot more in store for you, and for that, please refer to the descriptions below where we have mentioned our social media handles. We will be uploading detailed interviews on our social media handles. But before you leave, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to take good care of your mental and emotional well-being. Till then, let's smile.